Hi and welcome to the Writers Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Steve Sommerfeld, and this time we're doing something a little bit different again by actually putting up the audio from the companion piece I just did with Clint Esposito talking about the Red Bull Imagination competition. So basically what we did was Clint had it all set up. We watched the entire Imagination competition video, so there was 3 clips that came out this year, and we just watched the comp. So all of that is on YouTube if you want to watch that, and I definitely recommend it over probably listening to the audio because we're watching the competition. We did try and not just commentate. This was more about giving behind the scenes input, a bit of the news, what was happening before, what happened during, some stuff that happened after. And we went off on some wild tangents as well, talking about all things freestyle moto. So maybe the audio is actually not too bad if you want to stay tuned to this one. So I do want to say a huge thank you to Clint for having me on, throwing the audio over to me to chuck up on the Writers Lounge podcast. And like I said, the video's on his YouTube channel, Clint Esposito, or maybe it's on Two Wheels to Freedom. I don't know. It's on one of them. I'll put the link in the show notes of this podcast if you actually want to watch it. We did go on a few wild tangents, but actually I think that was probably the best part of it. And he actually cut the clip at about 1 hour 30, which was maybe a good thing, maybe disappointing for you guys, because we actually went down a hell of a lot of rabbit holes just talking about the state of freestyle motocross right now, where we see it personally from an industry side as former riders, and what can and can't be done that we think for freestyle. I don't know if it was recorded. If it was, maybe it'd be cool to actually cut a few of those small pieces out and chuck it up here. If not, we will talk about them again, because as we went through, we kind of realized, shit, we're talking about the same stuff here. Like the things I was planning to do, things he was planning to do, things that are in the pipeline that we know other guys are doing as well for the sport of freestyle. So there's a little bit of a game plan, I would say, that came out of simply doing this companion piece for Red Bull Imagination. And I love to keep you guys up to date when and if things do evolve from that. And I was a little bit excited, put it that way. I'm very excited about what possibilities could be out there after our little chat. So anyway, before we get stuck into this Imagination companion piece, I do want to say a huge shout out to the guys and girls down there in the Schwarzwald, the Black Forest area of Germany, where they produce the Rothaus Tannenzäpfler alcohol-free beer. You knew that was coming, of course. Again, those guys have helped this podcast so much. Hopefully they'll help Clint as well in the future. Red Bull Spec, got my new sunglasses, my new glasses, put them all together. And I did say at the end of the last episode that I would have an interview with Julian Van Stippen. Spoiler alert, he did very well in this competition. So there you go. I did get 15 minutes into the interview with Julian while he was at Red Bull Imagination. He was still in Kansas. There's absolutely no internet out there. And after 15 minutes, it basically just went, finito, you're done, interview over. So I've waited for him to come back. He had Red Bud. He's now back in Europe. And I'll hopefully grab him this week if we're lucky, because I want to find out what the rookie thought of turning up to Imagination. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get all of this underway. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you soon.
All right, what's up, everybody? Clint Esposito here with Steve Sommerfeld. I pointed the wrong way on my screen. We are here to watch Red Bull Imagination.
Hell yeah, this is gonna be nuts.
So we're doing.
I loved it. I loved it. Love seeing it.
Did you watch the Did you watch it?
I've had a little watch.
You son of a bitch. I haven't seen, like, I've watched some people, we talked about it, I watched some of the course testing, and I watched Josh Hill's practice video, but other than that, I haven't seen any of the contests yet. Kind of got, like, I don't have ESPN. How did you waited until it came out online?
Yeah, I waited until Red Bull TV threw it up, and then I just found today it's on YouTube as well, so there you go. Maybe they waited a day or something before they put it on there. So I was actually really surprised that Josh Hill put up the video before it all came out. So I don't know. I don't know if he gets a smack on the wrist for that one.
Well, Cole Denny also, he posted a picture of him with some kind of award. And I was like, I don't know if that's supposed to be up yet, because that was like, it must have been the day after the contest, and I hadn't seen anything. And then he just had some kind of, I don't know what if it was like a first place, first, second, third place thing, or if it was like some kind of other award.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it was funny, like that. What is it? 1 week since the competition ended, and pretty much nothing was coming out except for the one or two little clips that they wanted you to see.
Right.
And then I saw Cole put up that one picture. I'm like, oh, here we go. No, still nothing. And then, yeah, no, it was embargo time from Red Bull. So I was surprised that Josh put his up. Anyway, there you go.
Well, his didn't really say, there was just practice mostly, right?
Yeah, his was sick. I loved it.
Yeah.
And I think he only put 7 minutes up. I wish he had 45 minutes. Like,
it's
just
weird.
go for it.
It's funny because most of the content, or just the news from events in freestyle and all this stuff, are from people's vlogs and shit. Like, this is basically how most of the stuff gets out at this point. Colby Raha puts out his videos jumping whatever crazy concrete thing he's jumping, and then Josh, same thing, like going and riding places and doing events. But like for freestyle and the people that just keep it quiet, like all those dudes do Europe and Australia for the most part, right? Like they're just quiet until like something comes up, and then they pop out of the woodwork with some crazy shit they've been working on.
That's it, exactly. Like, and it is funny, hey, exactly what you just said. Red Bull's put out all of their clips, or Red Bull's building whatever they're building, but we catch it on Josh Hills, we catch it on Cole, we catch it with Cole B, like. And I think we've spoken about it before, even when Cole B came to Red Bull Dirt Diggers in Germany, he put out his video maybe 1 month after, 2 months after the event. And I was like, that was way better. I'm not going to hang shit on Red Bull, but like, he gave what I wanted to see as a rider. I was like, that's exactly where it was.
If you think about football, or I don't know what they do with soccer over there, but like all these athletes here, football and baseball, and during the shows, they're doing behind the scenes, you know what I mean, following this guy around at home. But that's the network is doing that, versus there's not enough media people in moto where people are following these people around to get to show you their lives. So it's like also the time of the internet, so everybody's just doing it themselves online.
That's it. Easier, cheaper, faster. So yeah, no, I love it. No, Josh's clip was awesome. Actually, probably the best part of his. So if you're watching this now and you're waiting for us to press play on this one, just go and watch Josh Hill's video first. I think it's 7-8 minutes long, but I'd say the last half of it was when he had just helmet camera footage, and you could actually just see the course, what it really looked like, and you don't see that too much from what Red Bull put out. I mean, they did do it a little bit, but he just kept it on. and just went through the trail.
Just flowing through the hole.
Yeah, and the only thing I wanted as he was doing that, I'm like, I wish I could like just pan up and down and like just look around and see the takeoff of the jump, not just what his video showed, like a little bit of augmented reality.
Right. Oh, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Hey, sorry. Whoa.
For motocross to get to that level, it'll be another 15 years.
No. I'm surprised we're only just out of VHS at this point. So, yeah, no, but I loved it.
All right, I swapped our screen here, so we are, let me make sure too. I'm going to do the same thing, pull my timeline back here to the beginning.
Yeah.
All right.
All I've got is Cole Denning sitting here like this, so he's ready to go.
Hold on, mine is not. Okay. Why won't it go back? Hold
on. Am I listening to Weege in the background? Is that what's going on?
That was Emig.
Was that Emig? I can't hear
turn him down.
It's pretty soft.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was hoping. But, I mean, I'll turn him right down. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready to go.
I'm going to start at 3. And we're going at 1. Not 3, 2, 1, go. On 1. Not 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
There we go. Man, talk about the age of internet and everything being automatic. 3, 2, on 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I was surprised actually when this started, Cole Denny was up first. Like in the Red Bull clip. Just straight in.
Yeah, that is weird. No intro at all?
Nothing. No intro, just roll straight into Cole. Like, all right, this is kind of like their practice videos. Actually, what was cool was I read Cole wrote on Instagram that he hadn't even flipped dirt before.
Yeah.
So his first jump in the comp was his first dirt flip.
No, he did it in practice.
Not the first one, but I mean, like he did it in pracky, but first time he ever flipped dirt at this event, and he just threw it straight in. It was sick.
Yeah, very good. He's definitely progressing quickly.
Dude's got skill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you could tell by the crap he sets up in his yard and then jumps.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's clearly not scared of a drop-off. Like, he's going to drop a three-wheeler off of his roof.
Yeah, and he's not scared of sketchy ramps either, so...
No, that's it. Like, he'd be turning up here going, what the hell? Like, everything's just prepped perfect. Nothing's going to break on me. That was a nice jump. I like that one. Big, long landing as well.
So is this... In
front of the crowd.
They get to use the entire course, all the sections, in one run?
That's what I've gathered is, just wherever you want to go, do whatever you want to do. And I like that one, like that kind of hip out. Like, they've kind of made some nice bowls.
Yeah.
But, I heard Tyler Bereman said something like there's 120 confirmed jumps or something on this course.
That's a lot.
So I guess this was the K-Dub's Kingdom. Oh, it looked like he wanted to wheelie that little box there.
He got it a little bit. That was weird, the way the lip looks like he barely made it up onto it. Yeah.
That was a cool kind of off-the-side C-grab. He just kind of hung on to that one. And I think this was called the Dumb and Dumber section, throwing out a bit of a double can there. I mean, Cole looks clean. Like, everything he's jumping, he's not coming up short. He's not going long.
No.
Another flip. That's a steep jump as well.
Yeah, he actually over-pulled, which is impressive on dirt. You kind of got to really give it the juice and yank on it. Get him to over.
That's it. Nice.
A little bit of style. I'm assuming they're going over overall impression, so all that stuff will count.
Little dog pisser on the quarter pipe. Yeah, I don't know what the actual judging would be. I'm guessing it's just overall impression. That's all of, maybe there's some track use or something put in there, but I'm assuming they're not looking for really tricks at all.
Right.
Looking at the rider list,
Right, we had this conversation last time. Like,
exactly. I was going to say, that kind of sounded familiar as well.
Yeah. Because I thought that I watched the I guess practice and stuff like that, and again I started thinking, and I'm like, like Adelberg, Sheeny, Clinton, those dudes would KOD the shit out of all, flip these big jumps, body varial, whatever. So it's like, they are trying to build like a different style of contest. But it's like, once people start doing Supermans and this and that, the lines do start getting blurred. And I feel like this is going to morph into just...
Oh yeah, this is they're gonna have to basically choose riders who don't do tricks to keep it at no tricks. Because
exactly.
If you want to win, like there'll be like Julian Van Stippen who rides in this. Like we already saw 2 days before the competition even happened on Instagram, and he's ruler flipping off dirt hits. I'm like, fuck.
So then do you go? You can't do that.
I mean, you can do it, and like at that point, you're showing you've got more confidence on that ramp or that dirt hit to throw it down. Like, nothing shows confidence in a rider that if they're just going to hang off of a ruler flip.
But my point is, again, once you get somebody doing that in the contest,
exactly,
is it then not like? There's other people that can do that, so why don't you know what I mean? How come they don't get a shot? And once you do, you open the floodgates, man. Like I said, Clinton, Sheeny, Jacko, Javier, Brody, like all those dudes will throw most of their tricks off of this stuff.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, that was a good name, actually, Brody. I didn't even think of Brody.
Dude, he shreds so hard. So hard.
Yeah, he would just tear that place apart. I didn't even think of his name.
Bro, you'd be like, what? I mean, the shit I've seen him do on shit jumps, I'm like, oh my goodness, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then on huge jumps, he does it too. And I'm like, okay, he really can do that stuff off of anything.
Yeah, exactly. Well, but that was the question I had the entire time I was watching it. I'm like, you can tell they don't want to see tricks.
Yeah.
But tricks are happening, and give it 2 years, it's going to be Red Bull X Fighters again.
Exactly.
Like, that's the natural progression it would be, unless you just keep choosing motocross riders.
Yeah. Or go, you can flip, but you can't do flip tricks.
Yeah.
And you can whip, but you can't do tricks. Like that's what happened. They just got that Julian, and he can whip really big, obviously, because he won, so that's why they want to invite him. But then it's like he also obviously does big tricks. So it's like now you're getting into the gray area.
That's it. Exactly. I mean, Axel can do a few things.
Well, he's even slowly crossing over to, like, I would say Bereman's keeping it purely kind of free ride, right? I mean, he doesn't
Feet
really...
on the pegs and hand on the bars.
Yeah, exactly. And then Axel, though, is like walking the line. He's kind of meandering over into freestyle. So it's like, soon, what happens? Bereman has to step up, or you limit tricks?
Yeah, I'm guessing rules come in, and that's not free ride, is it?
Yeah, it's become, like I said, it becomes a really gray area.
Yeah. Hey, we just dribbled shit really well for that entire little...
I was like, are we going to try to fast forward and then line it back up?
No, it worked out sweet, but I'm just reading that. Format, best of 2 runs, scored out of 100 in a 3-minute time limit. Judging criteria, overall impression, based on creativity, style, and flow. Well, there you go. It answered our question. So, but 3 minutes is long.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if...
But 100 and something jumps.
Yeah. Like, I'd go nuts.
3 minutes, you're probably not even... You're like... You probably still feel like there's not enough time to get to everything I want to hit.
I was going to say 3 minutes, I'd be like out of breath and probably passed out.
Probably so, but...
But 3 minutes is gnarly when I was doing competitions. I was kind of happy when they stopped it at 90 seconds tops. I'm like, I can't hold my breath any longer.
But how?
So
Okay, go ahead. Who is
I was gonna
Lewis
say, the
Woods?
name's on him. Lewis Woods is an Australian guy, and actually, I met him the first time in Indonesia on my first that trip.
The time you got stuck?
The time I got stuck, Lewis Woods was there
Got it.
when I thought I was going to die in the jungle, and he was there, and he got a tattoo actually, and he couldn't spell. It was really funny. He was, 3 hours getting tattooed. Me and Clinton walked in to say we were going home. We've had enough of waiting around, and then I looked down at his leg, and I'm like, "Well, you fucked that up." He's like, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, well, you didn't spell it right." "Yeah, no, it's fine." And anyway, he wanted life as a fantasy, but turns out he couldn't spell fantasy. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Anyway.
What did it say?
Fantacy. I'm like, nah, it's got an S, man.
All right.
Anyway, so Julian Van Stippen. So here's the man with the tricks. And I actually interviewed him the other day. That was a nice flip, but he got tweaked.
Yeah.
That's a big jump. Like, that's 140, I guess. 140 foot.
Yikes. That's why he just cruised the one before it gets set up nice.
But, he said he crashed huge. Just, I think, in training. And he didn't think he was even going to ride this comp.
Wow.
So he was doing those ruler flips and everything when he felt good. Crashed his brains out. Didn't even think he was going to ride. So in here, he's
no ruler flip in his run.
No. Yeah, he's like he couldn't even barely hold on or something.
Wow.
So. But yeah, this is like he looks good and he's racing around this course.
Yeah.
Flipping everything.
Yeah. Oh, a little short. His butt was puckered on that one, I bet.
My butt would have been puckering just flipping the thing and like just setting up for it.
My butt would have been
for it.
puckered getting the call that I could go.
yeah. Mine would have been when I turned up in the van with the bike in the back, and I'd be like, "Nah, I think I might just leave it there.
Why?
I might just watch everybody else."
Yeah.
Even that's
like a regular gap.
Yeah, exactly. The small stuff.
Yeah, it's like 75 foot.
Yeah, where you'd sit there and go, "All right, better think about this," and that's the tiny stuff they're doing. But like, there's so many little setup jumps and like bowls and everything they're jumping in and out of. I don't know how you don't get lost.
Yeah. I don't know how you judge this. Like, I think you would just have to go with the feeling that the run gave you. You know what I mean? Like, just, man, that was awesome to watch. You know, and that would be kind of the only. I don't know. There's too much.
Yeah, you can't go counting anything. You can't go right and like there's nothing to compare to. Like, this is just that was sick.
Exactly.
Is he better than the last guy? Simple as that.
Did he flow around and link stuff up and make it look prettier than the other guy? Like,
exactly. But man, like that run from Julian looked good. And there was no tricks other than a couple of flips. And like that flip there, like that looks like Andre Villa. Like when I saw him peeling off the jump, he just like old school Andre.
He hooked his foot.
Like, he was pulling hard on that one to reef that around.
Have you done dirt flips?
I bitched out.
Dude, so you know how like basically once you pull the last like 7 feet of a ramp, you get such good traction, your gas is basically flipping you versus like pushing you out anymore.
Exactly.
And a dirt jump, dude, you just light up on the face of it for most part. So like
just give it everything.
Yeah, so the time I flipped, I would just pin it and pull as hard as I could and I'd be perfect. Yeah.
There was 2 jumps that I really should have done. Like they were just probably three. And 2 of them were at Squibbies. One was at our moto park. And like we built the ramp and we built the dirt right next to it. And it was like manicured to perfection. And I just didn't get the feeling. I just bitched out. Like, nope, don't feel like laying on my head today.
Yeah. So that's what I built a dirt hit at my spot in Georgia, and then I took the machine and just kept cutting it in until it was like kind of like a perfect lip, and that Georgia clay packs like crazy, so we had it basically exactly like a 75-foot ramp, and yeah, Ed Rossi flipped it, and then I watched him a couple times, and then I flipped it. But yeah, you could really pin it off of the dirt hit because you like are not getting that traction you typically
kind of
get.
need to, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what everybody told me. They're like, if you're doing it, like, don't 75 ramp flip it.
No,
like,
rip it.
Yeah. I was like, oh, fuck it. Yeah, I always had enough excuses not to do it.
I did it at my own spot where I rode all the time, so it's not like.
Oh, yeah. Really wish I did it now. Like, as I was watching this, and like when I saw Cole Denny put it up, and he's like, "Yeah, just flipped dirt for the first time," and I was just like, "Oh, I remember that feeling of when I was, seconds from doing it, and then seconds away I bitched out." I was like, just thinking of like that feeling that I had at that time, like it is gnarly.
Yeah, just being so scared and like.
Yeah,
Gotta go for it. Yeah. I was kept running, like I was hitting it because I jump stuff different when I flip than I do when I jump normal. So I kept hitting it, and then the time I was gonna go, Rossi, like I don't know what the hell he did. He like stopped on the takeoff or like came up the backside of the takeoff and turned, and I was furious, and he was just sitting there laughing because I was about to go, and he's just like ha 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 ha, and I'm like,
you're like,
fuck
man.
you.
Brain power doesn't have enough to fuck around.
Dude,
right now. Like,
I was so mad.
One thing or nothing. And like, actually, did you watch the setup clip for this series for Imagination when Tyler was about to jump that big 180-foot, transfer step down? Did you see the dude's eyes? Like,
Tyler's?
Yeah, Tyler's eyes, like just before, and everyone's like, "Oh, we think he's going to do it now," and
his eyes are like,
man, just looking like dinner plates. He was going for it.
Yeah.
And in a way, like as they were talking about it, and he's sitting there, I thought, I wonder if that talk is helping him, or if he's not even listening, and he's just so focused on it because he's going to do something fucking dumb. Which, like, if he fucked that up. That would have hurt. That would have been some broken.
Even landing it looked rough.
Yeah, he's looking.
I think he cheated left a teeny bit too much, I think, or like more than he thought. But it's hard when it's a big blind face like that, right? Like somebody was like, "Oh, Axel jumped it smoother." I'm like, "Yeah, but he knew the line after Tyler jumped it because if you can't see beyond the takeoff, you're like." I think this is the direction I need to go in, And at 140 feet, if you're off by like an angle or two, you're probably like 20 feet to the side where you thought you were going to be.
Yeah, and that's exactly what that first jump was. Like, he just drifted and drifted. So, yeah, so I guess...
How is he going second?
I have no idea.
Did they do like...
no, so... Okay. As we're watching this, you're going to wonder why, and I realized when I watched it through the first time, this is his first run.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I guess that was Cole Denny's first run. That's why they put him first. So they've gone Cole Denny, no intro. Then they've done their intros and whatever. Now it's Tyler Bereman, and this is his first run out of 2.
But that's weird that he would go second, because even on the rider list, he was second to last. It was him and then... Axel. Is he going for that big dog right off of the bat?
Straight off the bat.
Panic revs the hell.
Fucking hell.
He caught that good though that time.
Yeah, that was smooth as butter. But yeah, like how's that? Just roll straight in. Windy as hell as well. Like,
oh yeah, I did hear that.
Everybody said it was just so windy on the actual comp day.
You can tell it's windy the way he's whipping.
Yeah. Yeah, like that jump he would have gone nuts on.
Yeah.
He just kind of held it back a little bit.
Yeah. I wish I could whip that big, but for Tyler Bereman.
Yeah, I wish I could whip that big on a good day.
Yeah, but for Tyler Bereman, not so good.
I love this. Jumping over the trees. Just
dude, this thing right here I guess that's the face of the landing. I thought that was on the downside of the landing, that little cutaway they had. Oh,
Now,
fuck.
oh, that was a bit short.
That was a bit, no.
He's actually, like, he's kind of cruising here. Like, there's no real urgency,
No.
which I think is better. Like, in a way, one way, yeah, it's cool. Like, when JVS was, like, ripping the course and, like, riding full gas. But then you're kind of like, yeah, that's more like a freestyle run.
Exactly.
Whereas this is kind of just chilling, looking around. Yeah, I'm going to go hit the 145-foot step up. And, yeah, it's just, I don't know, a bit more flow, a little bit cooler.
Exactly. And I think overall impression, that's kind of what you're looking for, right? Like, someone to just, especially free ride contests, you want somebody to look just cool. Holy shit.
Far out, man. Like, that is a big jump.
Is that also 150? Why does it look so big? Just because it's a cut double.
Cut doubles. And I think it's step down as well. So I think it's stepped down just from what I've seen of all the videos. Like, we're not there to get an elevation look at it, but I think it's stepped down 150. Fucking, that's big. And even then, like, that was small for Tyler.
Yes.
So you can tell the wind's whipping him.
Yeah, he's whipping and hanging off it, but he's not getting that crank at the end where they pull on the bars and push their legs, you know?
That's it.
This thing is sweet. I had a tiny version of this in my course a long time ago. Yeah. I had a 360 bowl that you jumped in and jumped out of.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's cool.
But it was only like 20 feet across.
Actually, me and my best friend, like, when Krusty's first came out, he had, on his farm, they had a dam. And so it was like a perfect circle. So it was our Super Bowl, and we just ride around and like pop out 10 feet, 20 feet as well. Fuck, that was big.
Yeah, out of the 360 bowl.
Yeah, that was cool. Nah, so I love a bowl. I don't mind seeing a bowl in a course. But how's the dirt? Like, there's no ruts in that.
No.
Like, that is hard as a rock, and probably just like a little bit of the skatey kind of rubble on top.
Yeah.
Dry and windy and cracked and shit, but it's not rutted.
No. But I'm sure, like, it's like you said, it's probably, especially the more you ride it, it gets that little bit of marbly stuff that breaks off on the top. And if it's windy, you know how fast wind dries shit out.
Yeah, exactly. Like, how's that one? Like, it didn't even look big, and then he actually kind of popped in. Like, that was...
You know that was probably still 70 feet.
Yeah. Like, that's the crazy thing. This is cool.
Damn. Oh, shit.
Right.
Woo. Deep.
Like an OJ.
He got deep like a baby seal.
Right in front of the crowd. Like, that's just cool.
I like these wood. Look how many people went to Kansas. They doubled their population out there.
I was going to say, like, that whole... Fuck, that is a big jump. I think that was that step down in the replay.
Yeah. Right? Oh, double.
Coming up short.
Double wheel decker.
Old Jason Baker would be like out there with a shovel trying to put the dirt back where he just dragged it from.
You made a hole in my landing, Tyler.
He's pissed.
Yeah, dude, that's why those dudes are so good with the dirt, you know, and it seems like they've been out there for a while, prepping everything, getting everything, you know, perfectly manicured.
That's it. So, I don't know if I should, you know, reveal the secret as to why he's second on this yet, but there is a reason why he went second in the video clip. You'll find out.
All right.
I'm gonna leave this until the end.
All right.
You can explain it.
How about this? Why is Colby Raha not there?
Good question.
He was signing autographs at the mall or some shit this weekend. He like posted me signing autographs at blah blah blah. I'm like, wait, what? Why are you not at?
I don't know. I don't know if that's was he injured? he was injured for a fair while or something, if I'm not mistaken. And like he is riding now, but maybe
concrete.
He was, like, maybe not 100% or something.
Maybe he's riding concrete.
Waterways.
Yeah, concrete rivers in California.
Yeah, like it was quite funny actually that Colby put all those videos out at the same time as Red Bull's releasing these little teasers.
Exactly.
And then here's Colby just making a little timber ramp and popping, concrete waterways and shit. So I don't know. I would love to give you an answer on that, but I have no idea. So I guess this is a little bit of a preview, a little bit of a pause. Oh, there you go, Kansas City.
Yeah, they're trying to help tourism.
So what'd you say? They've already doubled their population with this crowd that came?
I'm sure that town has. And think about,
That's
dude,
true.
Kansas is in the middle of nowhere, so people probably had to travel to get there. Or that's just the amount of freestyle fans in Kansas.
I thought it was the mechanics from the riders.
Oh, shit.
There's Axel going big.
No footing canning the 140 or 60 or whatever it is.
So that's, what, the second trick now? Oh, knack. Now, Jeff Emming's got to be happy with that, though. Like, he was commentating this event, so I guess he would have been all over the knacks.
Oh, shit. Oh, a little bit of a flip whip.
Though. Like, he
whipped it a little bit. He gave her the old bar turn. Flip turn bar. That's how I used to do it.
The old flip turn bar. that was my whip flip. Don't worry. I tried to go. I did like doing a whip flip until I got way too excited one day, and I never went and did it again. I went full under flip.
Woo, there's a new line.
That's nice. Full transfer.
I got some video of me I was doing underflips for a little bit. I was carving the ramp, and then there's video of me separating my shoulder after I did one. So.
Oh, seat grab off of that one. Yeah, that's when whip flips just aren't fun anymore.
Yeah, I just landed sideways and spit in my face. Where's he going? Oh, that's cool.
So there we go. There's the Axel free ride, stand on your seat, wheelie trick. And that jump there.
Oh, shit.
Like, everybody kept talking about the Fast House jump. I don't know if they were talking about it because it was the sponsored jump or if there was something like a little bit technical about it, but it definitely kept getting brought up. And flipping the first one, but not the second in the double-double line.
It looked like he underpulled there a little bit. Like, that thing came around slow.
Exactly. Whereas the other guys were kind of going, they had the first one as a
shit.
And the steep jump. That is sick.
We need that from the outside. Versus, I like the helmet, but seeing him upside down on that would be.
That double cam was cool, jumping over the trees. But imagine if he knacked it, like if he whipped it and like dropped his foot down and like dragged the tree branches as he went through. That
like a Tom P flat knack whip.
Exactly.
Oh, shit. That was impressive to even try.
That was the nose wheelie lander. But was that a double can on the quarter?
I don't know if it was a double can or if it was a one-hander, one-footer.
Maybe. Like, so now, this is like the 10th double can in this run.
I was going to say that.
So this is the blurry line of, it's cool. It's cool that he's doing it, but
is this increasing his scores still?
There you go. There's the 11th.
Oh, shit.
A little bit. Yeah, getting a bit out there, hanging it out.
Well, that was kind of like a no-footed knack indie, maybe?
Yeah, kind of. And throwing in the...
See, I think I like this run just because he's using the other obstacles. Like, did Tyler use the wall ride? I don't think that he did.
Nope, no wall ride. He didn't... Like, that whole section, I guess it's 3 jumps. I don't think Tyler used.
Awesome. I hope if he had done that into a jump, that would have been dope. But I do really like that Axel is adding in his, like, his internet video style. You know what I mean? Like where he's kind of doing the things he's known for, which is, you know, stand on seat, landing something into wheelie or nose wheelie or...
Yeah, like that's how he got his kind of break, you know,
Yes.
like... So that's cool. So this is the funny thing, you know, when we were talking about points and judging, fuck, that is big.
Yeah.
That is so
And he was whipped out.
That is huge. And that was a cool flip too. That was his little tweak the bars one.
Yeah.
So I was thinking if he Tom P flat whipped that and like tried to knack and drop his foot down, like he could have nearly kicked those trees. But yeah, so this is the thing, like 96 points was for Tyler. So there's only 4 points to go, and then this is 98. So this is all in the first run. That Axel's now sitting on 98 out of 100.
Yeah.
There's only 2 points to go, or if you want to start putting half points in, you can do that too. But there's no room to go.
Right.
You know? Like
that's the thing.
Tyler could come out and like absolutely kill it, and he's going to have to go for the 99. But what if, I don't know, Tom Parsons goes ham or Josh Hill goes ham, and you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. You got to leave some, especially first run, to get the first guy. You know what? I bet it's new judging format, and basically, you know what I mean? They're like kind of judge that they all put their scores in, and the way it calculated, it was kind of too high, and they're like, shit. Now we need to just go off of that.
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's kind of like the old days, X Games. Travis Pastrana comes out and scores 99 out of 100. You're like, well, there you go.
Yeah.
No one's going to beat it now, so you might as well forget judging.
Yeah, they got 101.
It was a sick run. Like, that was cool. So, what's that? Axel 98, 96 Tyler, 92 Julian.
Damn, Parsons got an 80. Vicky Golden did not start.
DNS, Vicky.
Did she crash or something? I haven't seen anything.
They didn't show anything, but they did say in the telecast, I think like right at the very end, they said she crashed in training or something on the day. Maybe it was on the day, maybe it was the day before, I don't know, but yeah, so that sucked. Sucks she wasn't there.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's actually cool. You can see the points were pretty close. Like they were within 1 or 2 of each, like as they go up. But yeah, I mean, young dude, Christian Dresser. Cool to see him there.
I like it says free rider under it. Where is he from? I thought he was a Tom P guy.
Yeah, I think so, but I think he's moved to Cali.
Ah.
But that is a huge whip.
Yeah, especially with it being windy.
Yeah, on that tail, because that's the same direction everyone else is kind of struggling on.
Yeah. And he's got a cool style, his whips and stuff.
He's like pulls it down and back to front, and yeah, it looks good. I like his whips.
He looks kind of tall, so it looks cool. He like hangs off of the bike.
So there's already been a heel clicker. I'm counting tricks here.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I agree. That's
cool. Fuck tricks. It doesn't even matter. Like that's cool. Like a little dog piss knack the wrong way. Like that was cool.
Yeah, turn down knacks. It's been a long time.
Yeah, that was sick. Like step down kind of thing. Looked good.
Well,
I'm not saying tricks are bad. I'm just kind of counting them here, like, you know, what we were saying before. But that one, that suited that jump.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's, you know, little styly jumps. Like I said, the problem is the sport has already been pushed to a point where dudes do everything off of everything. So it's like that's the talking point here.
Yeah. Ho!
That was big.
That's how you throw a whip.
He's not worried about any wind.
No. Wind? No, don't worry about that. Like everything, turn ups, turn downs, big flatties, like he's just throwing them out there. It's not even an issue for him.
A Paris Hilton.
skip the quarter pipe. I was actually just looking at that. I'm like, imagine if somebody put like a pile of dirt in front of that LCD screen, like that trailer screen. So imagine someone just run along like
wall ride it.
Yeah, like in the middle of your run, you're not really thinking, like, oh, there's a little dirt jump next to wall ride. Bang! Oh, just destroyed 10,000 euros or dollars worth of LCDs. But yeah, this step up looks cool.
Double clacker.
Double clacker. Double clacker on the 140 on the way up. So I guess he's got his go-to.
Yeah, he's the only one using this little turnaround thing, I feel like. Nobody's gotten into the trucks.
I think...
Woo!
Did Tyler do it? Maybe not.
I don't know. I feel like Tyler was just sending it huge the whole time.
Yeah.
He didn't worry about any little jibs. He was like, huh.
he built like the K-Dub Kingdom area, like all this stuff. Like he just built it for everybody else. Like,
yeah.
That's your chicken run over there, guys. I'm just going to stick to the big stuff over in the back.
Damn, that thing was big. It does look fun, but again, it's like when you showed up, how much of this shit would be like, God, dude, I don't want to have to jump that.
Yeah, like that whole section there, I'd feel pretty confident in an afternoon. I could like get around there and just warm myself up. And
the thing is, that section, so many things are like angled that you can find shorter or longer landings, you know, so you can work your way around it. Look at that. That's
that
big.
Jump there, that is big.
Yeah.
Like it didn't.
When you realize
that big, but yeah, that helmet camera footage made it look big, and that was huge.
Yeah.
Like, that whip is nuts.
He's like El Hombre hanging off.
Yeah.
Oof, that was a late bringer back around there.
And that was only good enough for sixth. I actually really liked that run.
Yeah. I agree.
Like that was a little bit different to everybody else. So yeah, I guess he found how many jumps are they doing? So 3 minutes, they're probably hitting 20, 25, 30 jumps on this whole course to try and find your favorite out of the 120 that are on offer. Like I said, I'd probably just be lost. I'd be so lost in that.
I'm sure a lot of scoring is the size jump that you hit.
Yeah.
You know, like I would imagine that if the small, I guess you make a run through the small technical stuff, but you're probably like, as a judge, you're like, oh, they blasted all the 150 footers and whipped them.
Yeah. Oh, I guess he was. He was just thrown down. Guillaume Navas. Here we go. And if I'm looking in the background, it says he got 85, so he was sitting in sixth place with.
This is run 2 now?
Yeah, so this is all run 2.
Oh, okay.
So Christian Dresser, Guillaume Navas, this is only run 2, and everything from now on is from the second round.
Right. So those, I would imagine Cole put his good run in the first one, so that's why they showed that.
Exactly.
Oh, and then they skipped through everybody else, and that's why Tyler was the second one.
Exactly. You got it.
So Tyler must have, I don't know, I guess Tyler, you would still show his first run, even if he beats it in the second run.
Exactly. Yeah, it was going to get shown no matter what. But there you go. You've worked this out about 20 minutes earlier than I worked it out. Because I'm like, why is Tyler and Axel at the start of the show? This doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, gotcha now. I'm with you. So this is why Christian is in and why Guillaume Navas is out there now. But this is a good run. Kind of a little bit different as well. He looks a little bit stiff on the bike.
Yeah, this is, I was going to say, he looks, once you watch him, and he's still cruising around, but then you go, oh, those other guys were really fucking getting after it.
Yeah. And that was a pretty ugly Superman. Mad Mike Jones, he would have been happy with that. But Yeah, like that there is where the tricks,
Ooh.
like, nice whip, though.
So what did he get a bronze in X Games for? Whip? Or step up? Or
Quarter pipe.
quarter
Yeah.
pipe?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because his tricks are not like he got third in X Games freestyle.
No. So here we go, onto the back of the dump truck, popping over. So looking for something a little bit different, which is cool.
He's trying to get the use of course.
Yeah, no, but hey, has anybody jumped that jump yet? That just
I don't think so.
There? So yeah, he's just like picked the whole different line that nobody else has done.
We also don't know what he did in the first one. Look at that thing. Jeez.
Yeah,
at least you can see the landing.
Nice turn up though, and even after all that, there's still 1 minute to go, and then into the quarter.
Ooh, that was good. Oh yeah, that's what he got.
He drifted that a long way across too.
Yeah,
it didn't look like it, but he only touched down deep, and by the time he kind of kept drifting, oh, nice little knack.
Yeah,
didn't hit the right landing though. Probably caught a landing going from a different direction or something. But
yeah, he's definitely going like off jumps, the jumps that people haven't really touched. I wonder if in his first run he also did this same run or if he switched it up.
Very true. Like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a way to finish it on the buzzer.
Yeah.
Like, nice turn up in front of everybody.
I wonder where the judges are, if they're probably right in that same little section. Did he used to race Supercross or something?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like, because the way he, like, picked apart all those little technical stuff, I'm like, I feel like he probably used to race a bunch.
Yeah, he's full racer. Like his brother, Antonio, he went full freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Where his little brother, Guillaume, I think he was mostly just motocross, supercross, and then realized that you could probably make more money.
Right.
Jumping for the crowd instead of racing your brains out and destroying your bike. So
nice.
88 points. So he's well, there you go.
Third now? Fifth.
Bumped up to fifth.
God, they're that tight, huh?
Like, it is tight.
88 is fifth.
Yeah. And actually, what was really funny, I don't know what kind of level you got the volume on that thing, but I remember when I watched it and they said something like, this guy doesn't jump very much dirt over there in Europe. And I'm like, he's like the one dude who finds the dirt. Like, if you've seen some of his clips on Instagram, he's not scared to go out in the middle of nowhere and just go send hills. Like, snotty, rocky, shitty jumps that you would have seen on Krusty 1. Like, that's what he jumps down there in Spain or somewhere in, I don't know, near Barcelona or wherever.
Well, you should know by now that it's like champagne, right? It's got to come from a certain region, and so does free riding. Otherwise, you're just a dirt hump jumper.
That's it. Actually, there's one really good clip of him when he tried to jump over like the concrete waterways,
mm-hmm.
and he came in I can't remember if it was on a 125 or something, but he was just like fully tapped, and he was so like, you know, when you hit a jump that's not a jump, like he just hit a wedge and he just G'd out hard, came off horribly, and he just made it by like a centimetre on the other side. Wow. If he came up short, it would have been gnarly. But yeah, he's not scared when it comes to free ride, that kid. So.
All right,
if you have not seen this is the reason why we saw Tyler and Axel at the start. That was their first run, and Tyler decided that he wasn't able to beat Axel. He didn't want to risk it to beat Axel. So he's basically said, I'm taking second, Axel's won, and they want to go do this for the crowd.
Cool.
Two of them just ride together and actually free ride it. And there was one thing actually I really liked what Tyler said during one of those interviews was like he's not even interested in the competition. He's like, it's free riding. Free ride shouldn't really be a comp anyway, something like that. He's like, just for everybody to turn up, they've already kind of won.
Right.
So you can kind of get where he's coming from. Like, I'm sure he probably really wanted to win on his home turf.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is like a throwaway, just throwing away the run, and they're just riding together and hamming it up.
That's cool. I mean, if you're a real moto fan, which I'm sure anybody that drove out to this friggin' field is definitely a real moto fan, right? Then this is what you, again, like Axel's run was a good representation of what he does online, which a lot of times you don't get to see that type of stuff. Well, this is a good representation of what these guys do in their videos when they ride together and stuff. So I would say for a real fan to get to watch these guys go out and play like this and just shred together, like that's probably better than any of the runs.
Yeah, this is the best part. Like, this is actually really what it's all about. So I don't know if this was pre-planned, that he kind of only wanted to do one run and then ride with Axel for the second, but I'd say it's fucking, yeah, just kind of, like you said, it's the representation. This is exactly why you go free riding. Just like, look at them, they're just cruising around looking to see where the other guy is, and then, oh yeah, let's just go pop over this, and yeah, sweet, let's just jump that.
Here you go, I'd ride this section, at least the first half. Holy shit!
Fucking hell.
Dude, that did not look like it was coming back.
It was like he whipped it and then decided to knack it as an afterthought.
That made my taint tingle.
Bro, that is sick.
Yeah, those dudes are pumped. They're like, nothing ever comes to Kansas. You guys are awesome. Seriously, what's been in Kansas? They don't even do, I guess, did they have Supercross in Kansas City? I almost don't think that they did. Like,
does the Arena Cross thing go there?
Missouri? Oh, probably so. I'm sure Arena Cross goes there.
Yeah. They're pretty much everywhere, right?
Yeah. There's like a couple different series. They need to, dude, look at his tire shredding apart.
I know.
Why?
Exactly, like that just was destroyed. It was like the softest compound ever.
All right, Axel Hodges, Tyler Bereman, Julian Van Stippen, and I can't read fast enough. So
Cole Denny, Guillaume Navas, Christian Dresser,
you doing
Josh
this
Hill,
from memory?
Tom P, and Vicky Golden DNS. I ran off memory then, and my memory is really bad.
So I think you're right. I think you're right.
Hey?
So we need to get Chuck on now to be like, was it his tricks that set him over the top?
just call him in. Just bring him into this this video. So there you go, Julian Van Stippen, the rookie. Tyler in second, Axel in first. Like that is, if you asked me who I thought was going to be on the podium before it happened, I probably wouldn't have said Julian, but he put together a good run.
He rode really good. And even without being hurt and not throwing even all that he could do, you know? So it's like, that's a really big thing, you know? He still had more in the tank.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, so I was doing an interview with him the other day. He was still at Imagination, but the internet was terrible because he's still in the middle of Kansas. Right. So after 15 minutes, it all dropped out. But before it all dropped out, he was like, I was doing ruler Indy flips and everything and feeling really good. And then he crashed his brains out. And I said to him, actually, like, when I saw him doing tricks on Instagram, I was like, that's your death knell. Like, don't do that or you won't be getting invited back.
Yeah.
So then I thought, I wonder if the judges saw him throwing down big in training and then in the comp, he didn't do any of the big stuff and actually free ride it. I wonder if that, like, they're like, fuck yeah, that dude's sick. He can do big shit if he has to, but, you know, we didn't want to see it and he didn't do it. So I wonder if that actually helped him.
I kind of feel like that as well, being the, I don't know, and it's like, I guess, a political thing that I'm getting at this point, but it's like, you know, I don't know, does, like, if you get invited to something like that and then you go out and you smash everybody with bigger tricks, do they go like, this is not that type of contest?
Yeah.
How did
That's
Tom
what I'm thinking.
P do? I don't understand. He rides places really well, big whips, you know, it's like, he's, from what I know, he's not afraid to go big, so I don't know, it's weird.
So this is my question now. At the end of all of this, we've just watched 47 minutes. There was no Lewis Woods, there was no Tom Parsons, there was no Josh Hill, and of course Vicky was injured, but I don't even think they mentioned she was injured until the end, basically. Yeah. So there was 47 minutes. All they had to do was put 3 more riders in and we would have seen what they were doing. And that sucks. Like, I really wanted to see. And, it, like, okay, so Louis Woods, he's from Australia, so would have had to pack his bags and get his ass over there. But Parsons, Hill, like, those guys are huge names as well. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just strange that they didn't put them in.
And I don't know. Hill is a monster guy.
And he put his video out before. And I was like, oh, is that where he got slapped on the wrist? They're like, you're cut, buddy.
And, well, Tom's not any type of drink.
And neither's Louis. So
it's like, I just want to see for myself what happened in the run.
Yeah.
So that I could at least argue. So that I could be mad and bitch about it and be like, no way, Tom should have done better. Or whoever.
But this is even better. Now we can sit here and get mad and bitch that they didn't even get in the video. Come on, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah, you would think you would at least show, like, so what was the issue? They wanted to be under an hour? Like, the people that are...
For an internet video.
The people that are consuming this don't care. Oh, it was.
It was ESPN too. Sorry, I'm wrong.
So then us real fans deserve the full contest online.
All 5 of us.
All 10 of us, I give it 10. All 10 of us, those 20 people that showed up to Kansas and the 10 of us would like to see the whole contest. I want to be able to yell at people and be like, you judges suck.
Yeah. Exactly like that. Yeah, I was ripped off, I think, like, for my free video.
Yeah.
I was ripped off.
And why didn't they all session that thing? Like, you know, Red Bull X Fighters, like the intro or the end, I think they'll have everybody come out and session the course a little bit. Like, how sick would that have been to see all, whatever, 8 guys and gals just sessioning through that shit? Like, even X Games did it at Axel's. Remember the videos of the intro that started to come out and everybody's just whipping the shit out of it?
And they're all about cutting time and making sure everything's like cut to an nth of everything. But yeah, so there's no everybody all in. That wasn't in there. 3 guys plus Vicky out was removed, like, so that sucks ass. So now we have to sit here and wait for, like, maybe Lewis puts up a video on Instagram and we go check that out, or I don't know, or they give them 3 special clips at the end. I don't know. But then, so this was the other thing. I was deviating because I forgot what I wanted to say. In the 2 setup videos, the first session, and I think it was called backflips plus 56-meter jumps. Something like that.
Is that how it read at your place? Because it says backflips plus 184 foot jumps.
Really? No. So I'm reading it here. It says backflips. So I was actually going to say, did you have to read 56 meters and go, what the fuck?
That's exactly what I was thinking, but it says...
Yeah, so I'm based in Germany. I guess it's got my IP registered, so it's given me
I'm going to share my
backflips plus
screen.
56 meters plus all-time vibe equals Red Bull Imagination 3.0. So that's what I got.
Oh, it's like cut out the part that I want to show, of course, in our feed. But yeah, that's funny. So did they have to input that in there different for each country or something?
I guess there'd be one for America only because you guys love staying imperial, and then for the rest of the world...
It's American standard, all right? That's what we like to call it. Dude, I got yelled at from an Australian. He goes, it's not even fucking American. It's like, whatever. I'm like, this is what I was told it was, all right, man? Don't be mad at me because this is, like, I don't know.
They told me in school.
Yeah, it was American standard, dude. I don't know why are you mad at me? I was brainwashed into believing we're the best. And we won MX of Nations, so sorry, guys.
Yeah, well,
finally after 10 years.
Yeah, because you measured all the jumps in feet. Everybody else turned up, and like, what the fuck is that?
We threw everybody off.
Yeah, what is it? Times by 3.3? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Yeah, but yeah. So the two training clips, which I actually thought was better than actually this competition run. I don't even think I saw Josh Hill in any of the lead-in videos other than maybe when they were interviewing somebody and he was sitting on his bike in the background.
That is weird to have somebody like that and then not have them all over the broadcast.
Exactly.
Which makes me think that, like you said, maybe they're kind of mad that he put his shit out, and they're like, okay, we'll just clip you from the broadcast and you won't come back.
Yeah. I hope not. I hope it's not that petty. But I guess Tom Parsons wasn't really in the intro clips. Like, there was a tiny bit, but there wasn't much. And Lewis Woods, I think he said something. Like, they put just a really quick clip of him talking about a jump or something like that, and that was about it. So, yeah, it's just weird. Like, unless they bombed, but the points didn't look that bad.
Right.
They bombed that badly that you couldn't put them in the clip.
Right. Agreed.
So there you go. What we've now spoken 15 minutes about three dudes who got cut. We've given them their justice.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think, though, overall, good contest. I did make fun of it on the internet before it started, talking about imagination, but I like to make fun of everything, okay? So that's just how it is. But, you know, it's like we were talking about, you know, how long before it works its way back into just being Red Bull X Fighters or X Games? Because I think we're at, like... Which this is, if you see interviews with me 15 years ago, this is what I thought freestyle was going to be. Big skate parks for dirt bikes. And it basically went the other way for the past 15 years and got like more commercialized and just smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller so we can fit it into your mall's parking lot or whatever. And then now they're like, you know, here's the thing. Nobody is going to X Games anyway, right? You might as well build a gigantic course and then invite people out to the middle of nowhere, because I bet they got the same amount of moto fans as they did at X Games in Minneapolis the time I was there. They had freestyle motocross, skateboarding, and something else. Couldn't even fill the stadium. You know, and it's
there?
Yeah, and you have different sections for each event, right? And I'm in the moto section, and there's literally like less people than there was in that field in Kansas.
Exactly, and that's what I've been saying and looking at for the last, 5, 10, 8 years or something, like X Games, Minneapolis and whatever. Nobody's there. Nobody. You look into an empty stadium, like...
That's why I bet you X Games was like, screw it, you know, with the pandemic. He's like, we'll just go to Axel's yard, same thing, don't even invite people. You're making all your money off of internet clips and TV anyway. Like, you're obviously, you know... I think if they want X Games, in my personal opinion, to be big like it was, it needs to be a free event like it used to be.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was just show up and all those crowds were there for free. Like when Mets did the flip,
Yeah.
I was there. It was just get in, bring
Nice.
your Monster can or whatever the hell it was, and come in.
Bring an esky full of beer and sit in the stand and go for it. Like,
well, sometimes here they'll have like where you can get in like the pit party at Supercross. It's like $15, or you could bring a Monster can and get in.
what?
Yeah. So it was probably something like that. Whoever the sponsor they had, they did some kind of work around it.
Is that how it is?
Yeah, it's pit parties at Supercross.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, you either have to buy a ticket or just show up with an empty Monster can.
There you go. That's easy. So you're always just gonna have a few in the back of your truck.
I always forget because I don't drink that much Monster, and I end up paying fucking $15.
Yeah, we're sitting here talking about poison. No. They're good. They're good sponsors. They're good sponsors. No, I didn't know that. Actually, there was one. I think it was actually that event that I rode with Lewis Woods in Indonesia, and the ticket price to get in to watch the motocross racing was, let's say, $5, which was kind of expensive where we were in the middle of nowhere, but a packet of cigarettes was $6. So it was cheaper for everybody to go there and get their ticket, and they got their cigarettes. Like, there was 25,000 people.
Wow.
They're like, fucking great price on cigarettes, guys, so let's go. Basically the same thing. Come with an empty Monster can, get in free. That's sick.
Wait, so they brought an empty cigarette box?
That would have been better. Well, I mean, they were already happy anyway. They were going to get the cigarettes one way or another, so they got it. They got it, what, 20% cheaper or something like that? That's pretty cool. But, yeah, no, I thought it was a really good competition. I thought it was better than last year. I feel like it was just like the gnarliness of this year, like with Tyler jumping that jump first and then Axel joining in. Like, that was kind of the best way they could have set this up.
Yeah,
I think.
They definitely changing the format. I think because last year, right, you had to ride each section, and you got scored on each section. And I think
the first year was like it had to go on a line, like it was a full freestyle line,
right?
Was kind of crap,
right? Which so, it's like BMX, like BMX dirt, kind of.
Yeah,
which is still
exactly.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, I think they just tried to, streamline it, cut the fat, and just be like, all right, 3 minutes, get to it.
I reckon it's way better. Like, that's cool. And a course big enough to do that on.
Yes. And to have people ride multiple lines where it's like, some people cross over individual jumps, but their lines are all, you can actually get to see a lot of creativity like that because you're now watching people hit just all kinds of different things. So you would get a little bit more of their personality versus, Bereman's personality was like, I'm going huge.
Yeah, exactly. And like, was it Guillaume Navas? Where
he was like tech little...
Yeah, picking off all the tech jumps and whatever, like that was cool. So,
and that he was rewarded for that, right? Exactly. And again, we don't know what the first run was like, but in that one, he rode totally different style than everybody else and just went super tech and still got a good score. So that's cool.
Yeah, that's it. I think probably the other one would be Christian Dresser that I was really impressed with. Just whipping the jumps that even Axel and Tyler were like, a bit
laying off on a little bit.
And
I agree.
He went for him. I was just like, all right, he might have been the luckiest guy in the world, and the wind died for like 3 minutes, but it didn't look like it. It looked like the wind was still up, and he was just fucking inside out and back to front. And...
That's you being 19, right?
Yeah,
young, dumb, and full of something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's it. Oh, that was a long time ago.
Maybe that's what happened to. Hill and Parsons, a little bit of age and experience.
Yeah, the old boys just kind of held back.
They're like, I've seen this.
Josh Hill doesn't look like the kind of guy to hold back, though.
That's absolutely true as well, though. So I guess we're never going to know unless behind the scenes full contest comes out. So
this is true. Normally, I would say Red Bull do like a few, like not 2 warm-ups and then the comp, like it's kind of been 3 or 4. Maybe another one's coming. I don't think
I
so,
would
but
think so.
I'd love to think they threw out another one.
I kind of, just the amount of clips that they have from it, I do feel like maybe full contest might come out. But again, probably wishful thinking.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think it is. Especially when this one is called Full Show.
That's true. Is that what it was called?
I think we've already found out the answer to that one.
Damn it. Steve.
Yo!
Damn you. All right. Okay, that's it for the Red Bull Imagination Companion. We will, I don't know, when's the next contest? Your contest? What's happening in the world of freestyle?
Well, actually, I think October. Damn, what date is it? I don't know. Sometime in October, there's Nitro World Games is in Brisbane.
So
Australia. So I should be back home for it, but I have to be here, and I'd love to go home and jump on that bandwagon.
The question is that going to be aired like a regular Nitro World Games?
I would imagine so, because that was. I'm guessing because it's in Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, like it's in the heart of Brisbane. It's a pretty compact football stadium. So I would imagine it's going to be like mega ramp and freestyle and everything, like pretty condensed.
But are they going to televise that like when they did the one in the United States?
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, I think it'd be so compressed in that they'd kind of have to televise it. It would be a waste to have the location and the people and the riders and everybody there and all the different sports to not televise it. So
I would hope. I would hope, like basically big contests from the United States are the only thing that's gotten kind of like, because even when they did World X Games or whatever it was called, right? Yeah. Like that stuff didn't get shown here like American X Games did. And it's like the same people. But so I would hope that Nitro Circus would be, smart enough to be like, what does it matter if we're in the United States or if we're in Australia? It's still the same event with the pinnacle of these sports. And
exactly,
it should get some TV time,
I would hope so. I would hope it gets some TV time. I don't know. I'd have to give that a check, but since there hasn't been an awful lot said, like...
Well, and there wasn't a United States one this year, so I'm hoping that they're basically just, like,
put everything into this.
Exactly. This is Nitro World Games. We're going to run it exactly like the last one, but it's just in Australia.
Different country, same result, I hope.
Which they probably have to fly less people, because think about most of the people that in the big contest are Australian.
Man, we're saving airfares and everything on this one.
90% of the people, they don't have to fly now.
Don't even have to get hotels, because like Jack would probably just sleep in his swag or something out the back of the stadium. Because they were supposed to do Nitro World Games first outside of America in Cardiff, I think, in Wales, if I'm not mistaken, and then COVID. I think that was 2020. They were supposed to be in Wales, and then that was cut. And then they tried Brisbane, and then that was cut for 2021. But 2022, now they're finally on. So,
well, Australia especially, right, has been super locked down with all this stuff.
Yeah, I think it's open now. It's just fucking expensive to on flights.
Maybe we should do some of these world supercrosses too. I wonder if they show the freestyle.
Well, good question. I'm hoping if all works out,
you're going to be there.
I might head over. So the first one's in Cardiff in Wales. Funnily enough, in a week and a half or something when it starts. I think it's October 8th. So if it depends which rider gets called in, I'm just waiting to hear from Squibby. But if somebody's going from Europe over, like I might just jump in their van and.
How far is that for you?
Probably 1,000 miles.
That's like driving in the U.S.
Yeah, it's easy. It's just expensive.
That's what people all the time are like. I had somebody. I'm in New Jersey, and they needed bikes in Miami, and they were in Texas, and they're like, go to Texas and pick them up. And I'm like, bro, I don't think how much would it be? And I'm like a lot of money. That's like a full week of driving to get down there and then get back over. I'm like,
$1,000 more?
Yeah.
I don't know whatever you want to put on.
Yeah.
No, like, so I asked Squibby actually about it, and because I was like, is this a comp or is it?
Is he riding it? He's riding it, isn't he?
Yeah, he's riding it. So, England's #1, so I guess he's going to join Bilko and all those guys. I think Bilko, Sheeny, Squibby, and I'm not sure who else is going to be there, but yeah, I think it's just a freestyle demo. But anyway,
Yeah, sure.
at least it's something at the World Supercross with,
Where's Clinton been? It was a random
I don't
question.
know, probably stuck at the Bundaberg rum factory. Like, I don't know, he's probably just on a factory tour and he just got too drunk and never left. I don't know, not sure. I did see he did a Freestyle Kings show 2 weeks ago in Mackay, which is only about 4 hours from his place.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 5 hours or something. So I guess he decided to come out of the woodwork and go throw a vault in a train with everybody else. So I'm not sure what he's up to.
Is that what you saw? That he did a vault?
I saw it, yeah. Well, actually,
Dude.
I didn't even see the clip. Somebody sent it through to me. And they're like, who's this that did the vault? And I'm like, oh, that's Clinton. Like,
Yeah.
You could see
Yeah.
just the technique. I'm like, oh, that has to be him.
How gnarly is that, right? And I mean, maybe he has been riding, but we haven't seen anything, and then he just throws a friggin' vault after, like, not riding for however long. Those dudes are so gnarly. The whole Red Bull X Fighters, all those guys on there, people don't give them enough credit, dude.
No.
Everybody goes right out in practice, first run, just throwing everything that they can do, and just, like...
One setup jump, and then just go for it. There's not enough time to fuck around. We have to do our tricks.
No.
What are we in? We're in 2022. So I'd say Clinton's been doing vaults for 12 years.
Wow. So he's like, that's like a normal trick for him anymore.
How gnarly is that?
How long has he been doing the bundies? I think the bundies might be the gnarliest varial.
Especially like when he even holds it out, like he does that indie, grabs
and he's like,
boot, holds it for a second and then gets on.
Yeah.
I guess he's been doing that for 8 years, 8 years.
See, here's my thing with those whole contests. I was at X Fighters in Dubai, and they had the metal takeoff to landing, metal to landing. And then they made from the landing to landing was 120. So they cut out the face of the landing. In practice, Clinton throws a bundy on that dirt. I was standing on the landing. I just happened to be standing up there watching. And I'm like, oh my God, yes, off 120 dirt to dirt in practice. And then never did it in his run.
Really?
That's the time that's the night he won the tour.
Oh.
But he did it in practice and never did it, and it was like, fuck that. And I was like, dude.
Yeah, he's probably like, if I need to do it, I
Exactly.
can, but if I can wrap up the championship, be smart.
But his first run, I think he wrapped it up on his first run, so then he was like, we're certainly not throwing that off the 120.
Isn't it funny? Like, that's actually using your brain just a little bit. Like,
a little bit. He should have just saved it for the run, though. Why would you try it in practice?
Yeah, I know.
Because they're so gnarly. That's my point, though. Here's the thing, though. This is why I am nobody, and those guys are Red Bull X Fighters riders. Because they look at it like, once I start doing this, I just do it, and it doesn't matter. Like, it's like, this is what I do. I can do varials. I'm going to do it off of everything that I can, you know? And I'm like, like you're saying, maybe we don't need to do that.
Yeah, like... in his head, it must be like, if my bike jumps and it like stays,
I could do it.
You know, trajectory, then I can do the trick. Whether it's 120 or 75, if it's dirt or metal, I'm doing that trick. Like that, like it's that's the mentality that I do not possess and I do not want to possess. I was actually going to say, like, so that was actually kind of smart from Clinton that he even held back on what he could have done to seal the title, like, to get you X Fighters World Tour title, whatever it was called. But like I remember watching someone like Luke Ackerman when he's going for the World Championships. Like, dude didn't have to do, he didn't have to do anything. Like, he just had to roll around and do a couple
And
of
he's still just...
And he just threw it. And I'm like, man, you can throw your entire season away when all you had to do was roll out.
Yeah.
And just wave to the crowd, So there's guys who are just going to do it no matter what. And then...
But that's the mentality that gets you to those places, Like, there's a fine line, right? Like, you have to have that mentality, but you have to be skilled or lucky enough to not get caught by any of those decisions along the way.
That's it.
And strong enough when you do be like, I'm going to not let that scare me, and I'm going to, do what I was doing before. That's what I always say with both motocross and freestyle motocross. You really find out when you get hurt really bad how badly somebody wants to do something, because they're either going to just like stop at that level, and the really good people that are, at the highest level pushed past that. They came back and was like, I'm not letting that, deter me, and they got better yet.
That's it. They got smacked in the face, but they just went and at least got to that point and tried to go past. Like that. That's the hardest thing. And especially at an elite level. At that level, fuck, man. Like,
that's the thing with those guys, even X Fighters as a contest, right? You do so many runs because it's head to head, and they have to lay down basically. You can save like maybe a minute trick, but you're not holding very much back in those qualifiers because everybody there is fucking super good,
Yeah, I remember I managed to get to the first X Fighters in. I went. How many was in Sydney? 2. At least I'm remembering the first one, the first X Fighters in Sydney. I was on a free ride trip with Shuey, actually. Like, we were halfway across the country. I think Maddo wiped himself out, got helicoptered off of Cockatoo Island, and they rang Shuey, and they're like, oh, do you want to come to X Fighters? And he's like, fuck, the invite's a bit late, guys. But, yeah, so they're already, like, on day 3 of training.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and Shuey actually said no. He's like, no, fuck it. We were in sand dunes, like, somewhere near Adelaide. We were about 1,200, 1,400 kilometres away from Sydney. We'd just ridden all day, like, just sand in your butt crack and, like, just, gnarly. And he's like, fuck, nah, I'm not going to go. And I was like, let's just go. Like, you're an old man. It's your last comp. Let's just go. So anyway, we turned up there with absolutely no sleep, drove through the night. But what the point of what you were just saying was, when I watched Sheeny, he just got his Red Bull helmet, Red Bull X Fighters in Sydney.
Didn't he win it?
He did win it, and this is like his time that he has to kind of step up, that he's got his helmet and all the pressure was on him and all the press that he did leading up to it, and kind of like your helmet rests on this comp in a way.
Yeah.
And, he, up until that point, he'd go to an event and you're there to do a double backflip. But you're only going to do one double backflip. But for him to get through X Fighters, first qualification, double flip. He's like, fuck. Like, I think he was against, I don't even know who he was against. Let's say it was Tucker, or let's say it was...
Even Levi was in that contest, too.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, to even get through the first quali round, you didn't know if you were going to beat the first guy, because he could easily win as well. So Sheeny's like, fuck, I'm going to have to do a double flip. And then he got through into the next round. Ah, shit, it's whoever that guy is. I'm going to have to do another double backflip. And I think he did 3 or 4 doubles that day.
Yeah.
And I remember just the stress.
Yeah. Dude, he was exhausted that night. Guaranteed.
Yeah, exactly. Like, up until then, like, he was good with doubles. Like, he'd do them everywhere, but not to just bang it out every comp because you have, or every round you have to, or you're out.
Every time you start your bike, guess what? Today you're doing a double flip.
And that's where X Fighters took freestyle. Like, that's how we've ended up in this huge divide. Like, okay, now guys, we're going to build a course in the middle of Kansas, and we don't want to see a trick. Like,
because dude,
it's just gnarly.
X Fighters is, and I've never been to a night of the jumps. I've never been to a lot of those things, but dude, the level of X fighters and the amount of rounds they have to ride, and you have to throw all your scariest shit every single time you go out, dude. It's so crazy. And those guys are so mentally strong just to be there and to lay those, like I said, from practice. First day in practice, they jump the jumps and they start throwing down gnarly ass shit to like punk the other guys. That's what it is. It starts from jump one. You're just like, I don't run past the ramps. Soon as I jump them, I start throwing down gnarly shit just to get into other people's heads. So they're like,
I got this.
Fuck, so-and-so came to play today. I'm going to have to do all the stuff I can, you know? So I think a lot of people don't get that part of freestyle and don't know at that level, like,
And I guess like they'll be the guys. I might be wrong, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say probably guys like Nate would have done that.
Yes.
Maddo, I'm guessing.
Those are the first guys that started to really, like, I would say Nate kind of, actually that whole crew, Nate, Miller, Drake, you know, Drake McElroy, Byton, all those guys, that little group, they kind of came out and were just like, were very hungry and kind of like took it more seriously than that whole generation before them, you know, like, and I'm like those guys' age. I'm a little bit older. I'm not quite Mad Mike and all those guys, but like I did get in with kind of Mad Mike and the older generation, Trevor Vines, and man, it was a lot of Renner. There was a lot of just screwing off at first, because even me, I was like, I'm coming from racing. I don't even have to train or anything to do this. It's cool.
Yeah, this is sweet. This is easy. And then you turn up and everyone's like mind games and.
Well, that was not the first part of my career. The first part of my career was just like demos and shit a little bit. I guess we did do I did a couple of IFMAs and then, but not very many. And then the ramp to dirt ones that were actual contests. Then I did ramp to ramp IFMAs, which were just shows. So it was like I didn't really do a ton of mind game, you know, type of events. That's why I go into like X Fighters and X Games and you're like, whoa, it's like this is the show where everybody's really trying to, because it's their money. We got paid the same no matter what I got. Like it didn't matter. Like I was getting my whatever $1,200 and then I went home.
Yeah. That's it. You got your fuel money and you'd be like, oh fuck yeah, that was sick.
Yeah. So it was like I wasn't that worried about it. But.
Yeah, that's it. No, fuck it. It's crazy where it's all been. Actually, just quickly, you did ask me about comps coming up. I just got my tickets booked for South Africa. There's a competition down there in November called King of the Whip.
Oh shit. So it's just whip.
Just on whips.
Nice. Do they have
That's cool.
who do you know the invite list? Are you announcing or something? Or
yeah, I'm just going to announce. I'm not riding.
No.
I couldn't whip when I was good.
Do you know the list or some of the people?
I don't really, not too much. I was only just talking with the guy who was running it, Ryan, but he did give me a quick, like, you know, pretty much everybody who rides freestyle in South Africa will be there. So Dallin Gold.
Okay, I know that name.
Yeah, so Dallin will be there. So he's like South Africa's #1 rider, and he's got a fucking good whip. And actually, just quickly, they do now have, so it's at a casino near Johannesburg. So he told me they started it like at a quarry, like not too far away from Joburg. And like maybe somebody from the casino saw it and they're like, fuck, we need to have this at the casino. How cool is that?
That's super cool.
So I think then when they put it at the casino the last time, then they decided, so it's not just whips. They've got best trick upright and best trick in a backflip. So there is a little bit. So there's a little bit of freestyle, but that's not the reason they're doing it. And that's why I think it's cool. Like, King of the Whip, you're coming to watch a whole bunch of riders throw down. So there's a whole bunch of freestylers coming. But I think he wants to get like equal numbers motocross or supercross or enduro and stuff like that to come as well. So there's a few moto boys who've got big whips there that he told me.
Nice.
For internationals, I don't know if they've released names yet, but I heard Patrick Evans is coming.
Okay.
So he'll be there. Guillaume Navas will be there.
Very good.
And there might be one more, but I'm not too sure. So there's a little bit of international flavour, and it's kind of cool that Guillaume's coming.
Yeah, it's cool that Evans is getting a show. Like, he's just like big on the internet for posting gnarly ass shit. And so, is there a race too, or it's just a contest?
Just Whipcomb.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Like I've just had the one chat with him so far, and I guess we'll probably have a chat the next week or two, and so I can get a bit more of an idea of the rundown of how it runs. But basically, it's like qualifiers through the daytime, and then nighttime is the show. And
cool.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I just love the idea that they're just running a whole comp on whips. And like, there was one in Australia, I think. I don't know if it was at like Formula One or if it was like the V8 supercars or something, but it was a step-up comp. So it was like Jared McNeil
Awesome.
in an excavator cutting out a step-up, and there was a step-up comp with some of the best riders who can do freestyle, but they were just there to go fucking as high as they could.
How does
like,
Europe
how cool
come up?
They get probably more fucking prize money just to do a step-up.
How do these other countries come up with this money, and America's like, you come and ride X Games and you get like $7,500 to win.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't pay anybody's. It's like you gotta pay your way here, and you get $7,500. Good job. Exactly. I don't know that that's what it is. That's what Supercross win is. To win a Supercross, it's like $7,500, dude.
Holy shit!
Think about how good you have to be.
And is all that money going to the race team anyway? Like,
no, I think
or your FIM entry fee or something.
No, I think I'm sure the big guys get all their prize money, but
me 7.5.
Yeah,
that's oh my god.
It's like such a joke, right? It's like that's not what you even race for, the prize money. You're like,
yeah, I guess those guys are just getting paid to be there. But so that sucks. So if you're a privateer, coming through, you're like, I need to win this fucking thing.
Which is not going to happen.
For what? Yeah, which is not, one, is not going to happen. Two, if you've busted your ass and you finally won it, you haven't even paid like a month's worth of training.
A bike. You couldn't even get a bike
that you've destroyed, and you've just blown your motor up on Thursday and you've got to get a new one for Saturday or something. Like, man,
we need to do it different because we're at an hour and a half now. But we need to talk about the World Supercross too, because I think that's going to be really good for motocross and Supercross. You know, just those guys being on a world stage, just like even Nitro being in Australia and then hopefully televised, you know, because now you're promoting, you know, the sport worldwide. But I think you need those big contest places so people can see it. And
yeah, exactly. That's it. Like, I think World Supercross, well, it's good for Ken Roxon.
Yeah.
Losing Honda. So I guess World Supercross coming around is pretty good time.
Well, that's allegedly why he lost the deal.
Yeah,
he committed to those 2 races, and Honda didn't want him to do it, and they put a clause in the contract that he couldn't do it. And apparently, Ken backed out of the deal. Not Honda didn't pull it. They said this is the stipulation. You can't ride those, and they said no, we're not going to do it. So,
works out. I would say it's going to work out better for him in the long run. Like,
that would be a bummer though if he didn't race in the U.S. and especially
I'm sure he'll find somewhere to ride.
It's true.
Or he could go Chad Reed style and just go run his own team.
Yeah.
Like Reedy did it forever. Like, he's about 56 years old and he was still riding.
Dude, well, that's my funny thing about the World Supercross. I want to make a little video where it's like, you know, the American thing where it's like, send us you're tired, you're hungry, you're poor. We'll be like, send us you're retired, you're...
Exactly. Pretty much. Exactly right.
We've made the moto short so everybody can last 10 minutes, okay?
They can get around this thing. It is possible. Don't stress.
Yeah, we're going to chill the whoops out.
It'll be... Let me get back to you. If I end up going by a small chance, I'll let you know. I might even be there as of next week.
All right.
I want to, because my plan is, if I do end up going with somebody, jumping in the van with them, I just want to go to Squibby's for the week before and
Flip that dirt hit finally.
No, I'm not riding yet. So. luckily, I'm still not riding yet. So I've still got excuses. I'm not even riding. I've got an excuse. Nah, I really do need to do it. I need to go flip that step up.
That's funny that you're even talking about that still. I'd be like, oh, well, the time has passed.
No. There's still a chance. I'd probably have to do it now, like with an airbag. Like a dirt takeoff to an airbag landing.
On top of it, and then pull it out of the way?
Oh, no. I'd probably just go dirt takeoff to a full airbag. I'm like, no, that's the only way I'm doing it now. I'm too old to be getting scared anymore, I think. So, fucking bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yes.
That's a long one.
That was a long one. That's good. Everybody check out, ClintEsposito.com, I guess. More so my YouTube channel, probably. And Riders Lounge podcast on
everywhere,
all the podcasting formats.
That's it. Hopefully it's still there. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. It was cool to do it.
Yeah, thanks for hitting me up and being like, we should do this.
There you have it. So yeah, we went on a few tangents. There was much more that you did not hear. I think in the end I was talking with Clint for about 3.5 hours from this imagination companion piece. And like I said, there's a lot of things that I had already kind of planned but realized I simply don't have the time for, and he kind of the same. And let's see if we can help to change a few things up with media output and stuff like that with what we're doing. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you again to Rothaus 10 and Zepfler, alcohol free. Make sure to grab yourself a box of that. As soon as you finish this, right now, just go straight on to rothaus.de. Grab yourself a box of Tan and Zephlers. You will not regret it. And hopefully we'll have that interview with Julian Van Stippen in a week or two once it's done. Catch you later.